Hi, I'm Jeff Stokes. Welcome to Jeff's Daily Dose of Encouragement. Today I want to encourage you about dealing with anger. There's just a few scriptures that sort of warn us about the dangers of anger, and to be frank with you, I used to have a real problem with anger, but God taught me how to overcome that, and it's given me great insight now as to see what the difference is from both sides of things. In Proverbs 25 verse 28 it says, "He that has no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls." And of course in those days the cities had walls around them to stop invading armies and to have watchmen on them and everything like that. If a city didn't have walls, it was basically open to attack from anywhere. And when a person has a real anger issue, it actually puts them in a really vulnerable and weak place. It says over in Proverbs 19 actually, in verse 19, "A man of great wrath shall suffer punishment." I'm talking about men and women here. "Shall suffer punishment, for if you deliver him, you must do it again." And that's what happens with anger. It just keeps getting people in trouble. There's another proverb I can't find at the moment, but it just expresses how dangerous anger can be. In James chapter 1 and verse 19 it says, "Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear and slow to speak and slow to wrath, for the wrath of man works not the righteousness of God." And just as a last thing, in Matthew, in the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus, the first thing that he says when he starts to teach is, he starts by saying, "These things you have heard that it was said." And in chapter 5 verse 21 it says, "You have heard that it was said by them of old time, or in times past, you shall not kill, and whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. But I say to you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah, or thou fool," I think it says, Rakah, shall be in danger of the council. I think another version says, "An idiot." This is vain fellow. "But whosoever shall say thou fool shall be in danger of hellfire. Therefore, if you bring your gift to the altar and remember that your brother has aught against him, leave there your gift before the altar and go your way. First be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer the gift. Agree with the adversary quickly while you are in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver you to the judge, and the judge deliver you to the officer, and you be cast into prison. Verily I say to you, you shall by no means come out of there until you have paid the uttermost farthing." So it's what Jesus is doing there. He's actually linking anger to murder. And as my Bible college lecturer has said, and this is true, that all of our problems, all of the violence and the murders and things like that and stuff going on in the world today is all attributed to people's anger. And the starting point that I found to deal with anger is forgiveness. If you forgive people, and then of course we also need to build ourselves up in ways that we don't get angry at all, and it is possible, I can tell you. But anger is a really dangerous thing, because if we keep allowing things to brew in our lives, we can become quite dangerous. It doesn't matter whether you're a Christian or a non-Christian. So that's my word of encouragement today about anger. If you don't know the Lord Jesus Christ, he had every right to be angry with us, but he hung on the cross while his persecutors and murderers stood there and nailed him to a cross for things he never did, and he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. So if you don't know the Lord Jesus Christ, if you confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved, because he did rise from the dead, that's for sure. For whosoever shall confess that Jesus is the Son of God, God dwells in him and he in God. And I'm sure if you're honest with yourself, if you did something really wrong to someone, the first thing you'd want them to do is forgive you. We see it all the time in society where people do wrong stuff and all they want to do is get off. They lie, they do all sorts of stuff to try and get off because they don't want to be in trouble. They just want to be let off. Well, in effect, that's what Jesus has done for us. We've done so many wrong things that he's let us off. But if we don't believe in him and trust in him and come under his love and receive his forgiveness, then we're expected to get away with it and then just thumbing them in the face. So we can't do that. So yeah, just that's my encouragement for you today. If you have trouble with anger, the first thing I would be suggesting is you learn to forgive. God bless you. Have a great day.